is our non-profit organization designed to help us clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is one of 12 ocean gyres.
This is the bottom view of our blueprint. The width is 16.5, length 23.5 centimeters. Then the net height, which is this, on our blueprint, is 8 centimeters and 11.5.
So these are dimensions of the flippers, individual flippers. They are right here. It looks a little weird on the blueprint, but it's just because we couldn't get them exact. The measurements are 5 centimeters by 17.2 centimeters by 7 centimeters. That's width, length, and height, and thickness.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is one of 12 ocean gyres, which are places in the ocean where the current consistently moves around in a circle.
On our prototype, we have one hydraulic and one syringe. The hydraulic pulls the bottom jaw open so that more garbage can get in, and then the syringe on the top pulls the top jaw open.
Whoa! The question is,
How does our boat float?
Buoyancy. The particles in the turtle are less dense than the water, creating a buoyant force against gravity, allowing our boat to float.
And that's why our boat floats.
Density is how solid something is, or from a scientific standpoint, how close particles are together. Example would be this high-density foam we used for our prototype. It may be high-density foam, but it is still foam, so the particles are still fairly far apart from each other, allowing air and water in. The foam is less dense than the water, so if I push it down, it just goes back up because of buoyancy and density. Flow rate or viscosity is how thick a fluid is or how thin it is. So an example would be water. Water is a not very viscous fluid. Its particles are a little bit more spread out, less attracted to each other. But some oils would be thicker, so their particles are more attracted to each other and more viscous. So moving our boat around in water would be easier than moving it around in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, because there's more particles in the garbage patch because of the garbage. So this is how our boat works. We have previously talked about the syringes and the hydraulic back here, but there's a little more to our boat than that. So we cycle everything through our net. The water goes through it freely, and the garbage stays in there. We empty it using these rear flaps here, and the shell is to ensure that it doesn't get blown out by the wind. Or it picks up garbage with its mouth and goes into the net.
And the teeth are to collect garbage bags or any soft plastic that can hook onto them.